Peace, blessing, much respect, much love. It's your boy, the Ghetto Guru, aka Shango, coming back with a second message of the day. Hope all is well with y'all. Hope you're having a good day. If not, I hope the rest of your day get better. But I got a second spiritual message, so I'm gonna get right into it. So this one, I'm gonna try to make it not too long, just quick, short, and simple, straight to the point. So I got this message a few days ago from God, the universe, and the ancestors, and this one is going to be about because people consider the Earth, 3D plane, the physical realm, they consider it the Matrix, which is like almost a computerized simulation, illusion type of reality. So the reason why I got this download was in relation of that when it comes to the Matrix and that, digital illusion, physical plane that seems real at times, but then it seems like there's plenty of illusions and so much code and different things to the code. But anyway, so let's talk about the top 10 programs that exist in the matrix that we are supposed to unplug from. And because if we're looking at it in the sense of that, consider like we are computers, we get the downloads. That's why we call it downloads from the universe, as like a computer would get when it's downloading information. But as well as computer could get downloads and install programs on it and different things, it can also get viruses and bugs. And you have to, when that happens, the laptop, you have to take it somewhere and get that fixed so it can start working properly, because it will start malfunctioning and bugging out. It's the same thing with human. When you look at it health wise, you got a virus. Other than bacteria, you got a virus. So you got this or this or that. You need to get this viral, antibacterial medication, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same thing when it comes to the human body and physical body. It's the same thing. So the top 10 programs that I got, these are things that we are supposed to learn how to unplug from the big matrix computer, uninstall or fix those bugs and those viruses that got in our system and our mental, the computerized thought. The computers that they make come from our brain, so our brain is stronger than that. But that's a whole nother topic. But to get rid of those bugs and those viruses and to help your mind elevate to Christ consciousness, to a higher elevation frequency, to realize, oh, this is distraction, or this is part of the game, or this is one of the lessons I'm supposed to unplug from and look at a different viewpoint at life and people, so we ascend and get out of here. So you can help other souls ascend and get out of here, so they won't be stuck coming back here again and do it over, or trapped somewhere else when they leave this physical body, because they're not ready to leave the physical plane, because they didn't fulfill what they felt they were supposed to fulfill, and they're not ready to go there to the spiritual realm or any other realm they're supposed to go to next. So they stuck, and now they trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole other topic within itself. But let's focus. So I'm gonna get into the top 10 programs that we should, in the matrix, that we should unplug from and get out of our computer system, our brain, all that, get that virus out that system, and really start installing other programs that help you ascend out the matrix. So the first one is going to be racism. That's like top one. That's the top one. So racism, we know, is taught, and that's put into your mind. So that, since the beginning of time, whether we talk about Native Americans, the Mayans, the Dogon tribe, whatever, whoever got killed though because they was advanced, or people felt like they was more powerful, that's when the racism came and just killed them off and got them up out of there. And you see it today. People still going through that. People still got a tough time. Whether you talking about black, white, red, yellow, green, I don't care what type of colors, skin type you're talking about, with race, with indigenous tribe they come from, with ethnicity, whatever. The world is having a hard time still in 2025 when it comes to race, when it comes to being racist, when it comes to being prejudiced, when it comes to being all those things. And it's sad because it's like, we in 2025, why we still talking about race? But that's one of the programs that people have the hardest time of unplugging from in the matrix and learning that this is a game. This is keeping you blinded. This is all got us jacked up. When we're looking at this and looking at other different skin races, and we're looking at comparisons and who getting this and who not getting this, who getting treated this way, who looking at who this way. Oh, why you dating that race? Why you dealing with that race? when we all, and it's not just one race doing this, everybody doing it. I listen to everybody doing it. I'm like, damn, like y'all so caught up in the wrong things that you're ready to cut somebody off because they dated this specific race of person, of people, or you don't want to associate this person because he's into that. It's different if they trying to put down their own race to big up another race. That's different. I'm not condoning that. I'm talking about people that, they just happen to click with this person. That's who God put in their life. That's who they with. If you don't agree with it, cool. But the hatred behind it and stuff is like, damn, we willing to even throw away people because they just dating somebody, or we willing to throw away people because they went to go meet up with this person, they're a different race, and we don't agree with that person. They trying to see what they talking about to make figure out some type of balance or equal sense of perspective to move something forward for everybody. Nah, we ready to just be done with them. And that's one of the top programs that people have a hard time of getting out their system when it comes to race. And if we don't learn how to get past that, I'm talking about everybody, we gonna be, I can imagine where it's gonna be at 20 years from now if we still doing that with each other. So that's just one of the top programs that we need to learn how to unplug from and get that virus out of our computer system, which is the mental and the physical body. So the second one is hatred, which I always say racism, we put terms and stuff to all these names and stuff to all these terms and stuff, but really racism just comes from hatred and love. So when you don't love something, you got the hatred towards it. That's when all this other stuff coming. But that's the other programs. I don't want to say too much. They're gonna come up later. But a lot of that racism comes from hatred because of what you was taught, and you looking at a whole group a specific way, or what you feel, or what one person did, or one group of people did. Not everybody getting viewed in that way. So it'd be a whole lot of that going on, and that. But the hatred is when you truly despise someone to the point they anger you so much you don't want to see them or even be around them. So you can be hatred towards people, hatred towards a specific thing is something that you can't control. You can just see a whole person mood change when they see this person or this specific topic or whatever it is. And that's one of the hardest programs as well to unplug from in the matrix in order to get off of that low vibe of that. I'm not saying that you can't dislike stuff, but when you talk about hate, there's going to be some things that really going to get nerves to that point. But I'm saying we have to learn how to tame it and learn how to understand, why do I hate this so much? Analyze it and be like, what can I do to not let that control me like that? Because that's one of the programs that are meant to distract you in the matrix, just like racism. So this is what I'm saying. You have to learn these things and the distractions so you could figure it out, unplug from it, get it out of there, get that virus out of there, and plug in new systems to help you ascend while you're in the matrix. So that's two. So let's go to the third one. Third one is love. Admiration for someone or something or even yourself, the highest level of understanding, which is some people would call love, the highest level of understanding. That's one of the programs that we have installed in us from younger, whether we're watching Disney movies or whatever, the TV that's showing these cartoons or lovey-dovey movies. And sometimes we get unplugged from that because we might see that stuff, but then we might grow up in a narcissistic household, narcissistic friends, people, relationships as we get older. And some people start unplugging that good program of love, and then they get a misconstrued or very blurred out view of what love is, and they don't believe in it no more. They think it's a lie, or they just think it's just in fantasy world of fantasy movies and stuff, and they don't believe in it no more. So you see these people get older, they get very cold-hearted, they start treating people bad, they want to get over on people, they want to get them before they get them. Even if the people was treating them good, that makes them cut them off more. Like, why you treat me good? You talking about you love me for what? What you want? And I've been there before because of things that people have done to me during that time in the past. But then that later turned me into something cold-hearted and guarded, and then regardless from being honest with people or being upfront, like, hey, listen, I ain't looking for nothing serious. I'm just looking for this. It's up to you if you want to take it or leave it. I'm still ending up hurting them at the end of the day because I know they're going to catch feelings regardless. So that took me a time to analyze it, just like I'm saying with other programs. You got to be like, hold on, that's not the way how you do it. That's a part of that program and blinding me from being an open, loving person in this world to attract all those great people and great things in my life. And I'm going to start attracting and becoming a very unhealed person walking around, regardless of any status I get to. So that's one of the things you have to learn to be like, and keep so that doesn't get unplugged. That you don't unplug from that program, because that program is important when it comes to how you treat people, how you treat yourself, and how you see the world and treat the world. Because you see yourself as you treat others. So you don't want to be seeing yourself in an effed up light, and you treating up people, and you treating people like that too. So remember that when it comes to the program of love in the Matrix. So next one, number 4, is gonna be violence. Everybody know that program. Actions to harm, hurt, or even kill someone. So when we young, I know when I was young, especially growing up in a ghetto, in the hood, you see violence very early, and you don't understand it. What is in your household, when you go outside around other people, TV, movies, especially in America, everything's violence, from the gangster movies to whatever, TV, whatever, even the music. Everything is violence, and people are attracted to violence. Even back in those times, the gladiator sports, people fighting in the coliseums, all that against lions, all type of crazy stuff in the pit. People just love violence. They just want to see somebody bloodshed. It's just one of the programs in the Matrix. And I ain't talking about like just organized violence like MMA and all that. We're playing under rules and there's a ref to know when to stop. I'm talking about violence, killing, stabbing, shootings, all type of crazy stuff. People being beheaded, all that craziness. That's one of the programs that you gotta learn how to unplug from in the Matrix, so you don't start adapting to that. Because if you don't know how to control your temper, you don't know how to have emotional intelligence, how to talk to people, how to calm down, how to view situations, you're going to commit acts of violence that could throw away your life. And how many people do we know that did that? Plenty of people that's behind bars right now that wish they would have thought one extra long minute about what they was doing, or one extra day, one extra hour just before they did what they did when it came to act of violence. Because when they committed it, they was like, damn, that wasn't worth it. I just threw away my whole life over nothing. So that's one of the other programs you got to be careful with and learn how to unplug from in the Matrix. The next one, number 5, would be fear. A feeling that can create panic or unsettle emotions when thinking the worst will happen. That's another program that's very hard to unplug from in the Matrix. That was a program that was put in the Matrix to keep you stagnant as well. Because if you're very fearful of something, you're not going to want to do anything or be near anything. And it doesn't just have to be fear of a person or going somewhere. It could be just fear of doing something, pursuing something, fear of putting yourself out there, fear of putting your talents out there, fear of interacting with people. Some people are introverted and they are scared of crowds. They are panic around people. Like in this era, people are fearful of putting themselves out there, fearful of just dancing on the dance floor. Nobody else is dancing. Like people are so scared of anything or of what people are gonna say, and that keeps a lot of people stagnant and in that box of not living. Back to the first video I did. In order to live, you gotta find something to die for. And that's the passion within you, and the passion for life, and the passion for people, and the passion for what you're supposed to be doing on your purpose. And fear keeps a lot of us from going after that relationship. We want going after that job. We want going to that city we know we're supposed to go to that's going to flourish our career, going after that career. Putting yourself out there, saying something that you know nobody else is going to say, but it needs to be said. We have lost the courageousness in us, if that's even a word. We have lost the courage in us and got very cowardly because of that fear. So we have to learn how to unplug that fear. Now, I'm not saying not to have awareness and fear when you sense something, you like, all right, get out, something tell me get out of here. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about things that stop you from making your life into a greater position that it's supposed to be and that is destined to be. So that's another one that we got to unplug and tap out of and get that virus out of our computer system. Number 6 is lust. A feeling that erupts and activates your sexual desires towards someone. Not saying that lust ain't a good thing when you into somebody, when you're dating, when y'all want to create a life and get married. That's cool. I'm talking about uncontrollable lust. Where I'm like, you just looking at everybody like their object. You just looking at everything like Like they're not just a human being, it's just a toy, it's just something to get off on. That's when it becomes a distraction, when you're just thinking about it all day, all 24/7, can't focus on pursuing nothing else, just thinking about lust, sex. Going everywhere you go, you see something, just see a little bit of skin, just see a pretty face, you can't help it, you trying to be in everybody's face. That's another distraction that we have to learn. Let's put in the Matrix. Let's back to the movie when we had the girl with the red dress. There's a reason why that was in there too, but that's part of what I'm talking about. That's another program that's implicated in the Matrix that if you're not careful, that can distract you too off your path. And sometimes it even cause people death. They lusting after somebody, they go with them that one night, that person ended up killing them or setting them up. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta be careful with that program. Because if you're not careful, that could get you in a whole lot of trouble. Having babies you don't want because it look good. That first night you drunk, have unprotected sex, now you having a baby with somebody you don't even know. So be careful with that program too. So the next one, 7, jealousy. A feeling that you have because someone has something you want. A lot of people go through that. Now, not saying that we all gonna feel jealousy at some point, and it's not even, jealousy is not even dealing with you have an issue with the person. Sometimes just that somebody might have achieved or got something that you wanted. You're like, damn, I really want to win that trophy. Or damn, I want to win this contest. Damn, I want to get that contract. But damn, wow, what I'm doing wrong. So it could be moments of that where like you happy with them, but you like, damn, I wish that was me. Like, damn, what the hell? Like maybe I need to go back to the drawing board. So in order for that to not turn into the next one, which would be number 8, which would be envy, I'm getting into that one. You gotta learn how to control that jealousy. Be like, all right, cool, they got that. I feel away, but let me check that program, get that out of my head to not be jealous of nobody, because what is meant for me is meant for me, and what is meant for them is meant for them. So that's how you unplug from that other Matrix program and realize it's just, Wallow said this. He said, no just means next opportunity. So once we get that in our head and put that new program into our computer system, we can move forward and go further. And we don't have to worry about being jealous of somebody else because of what they got or opportunity they got, because we know our blessing is over here. And if it ain't work over there, it's plenty other doors going to open. But we just got to keep on pushing the momentum forward and keep on pushing ourselves out there until we get what we deserve. So to the next one, 8 is envy. A feeling of wanting someone's life or even to be that person. Now this one is dangerous because that's beyond jealousy. You want to be somebody whole life, that means that you will kill that person. You would do whatever lengths you want to make sure that person don't get the opportunity. You would sabotage it. That's a whole different level of it. And that's one of the programs that's a hard program for people to unplug from in the Matrix. And people, like I say, even with when it comes to lust and violence, ones that I named, people have killed people because they were envious of them. But it could be their own children. It could be their own parents. It could be their own lover. They don't care. Like, people will kill you. And that's why they tell you can't play with that. You got to have discernment when you see these things or these signs of people, because people will try to get you up out of it. But people, if they learned how to unplug from that distraction of that matrix system, because like I said, this is a physical realm, 3D, material world. So sometimes people get caught up in your material. If you're a person with materialistic stuff, and your material, and you got materials, people get caught up in that, and they let that distract them, as that's the important things in life, where they'll want to kill you for it, instead of thinking, yo, the material things that really matter is not those things, those physical things, but my physical body is my health, my physical wealth, my physical being, my physical fortune, all those, my mental fortune, my mental fortune, my emotional fortune, my spiritual fortune. All those things that's in line, and me putting in the work and all that, I can achieve and have just as great as this person, or even better of lifestyle. I just got to focus on me. So that's another thing you got to unplug from and tell yourself that, to get that virus out your system. So next one is going to be deception. An act of trying to fool someone or creating an illusion that is far from the truth in any form. So it's you see a lot of people doing that in the world. You see the government doing it. You see people doing it in everyday life that you come across. Everybody's trying to create illusion, because like I said, it's a 3D realm where reality is illusions sometimes, or majority of the time, depending on how you're seeing it. So you gotta really study your background, study the world and the planet to understand what's real and what's not. Because you could get conned by somebody, or you can get conned by the world. Or you can get conned by your own thoughts if you don't know the difference between the spiritual realm and the physical realm. Sometimes when you waking back up from the spiritual into the physical, going to the from the physical to the spiritual, you could get there's people that get lost in between that. And they can't tell the difference of whether they wake or sleep. So you gotta be careful of that and unplug from that, because that's another distraction as well. So moving on to the next one. The last one, which is number 10, manipulation. A tactic used to control someone, people, or situations from their own gain, for their own gain. So, like I said, same thing with deception. That's a similar thing as well, but different in the same way with people or the world will manipulate you. Depending on your vulnerability, depending on your knowledge, your awareness, people can play on your vulnerability. And this is why your lack of knowledge too as well. And this is why a lot of people try to take advantage of people that they see aren't very aware or don't know as much as they know. And it's not just people, the world will take advantage of that if they see that. If you don't know your stuff or you don't know your paperwork and all that. So that's one of the programs that have people locked down and sad and trapped and feel like they're in debt because they didn't learn this paperwork, they didn't learn this information, they didn't learn this. And that is one of the traps in the matrix to distract you, to throw you off, to have you thinking my life is done and I don't know how I'm gonna get out this hole. But when you learn and educate yourself and update yourself with things and pay attention and learn the tactics of people in the world and how people move, you now put yourself out of that game of that, and you know how to stay away from situations and people that's gonna put you in those type of manipulative situations. And if it ain't nobody trying to manipulate you to do good, to do the right thing instead of doing something bad, you gotta stay away from those people. So instead of learning a bad manipulation, you learn how to want to manipulate people to do good. Like if I'm gonna manipulate somebody, I'm gonna tell them, yo, don't go over there. They over there selling drugs. You're gonna get in trouble. Come with me to the studio. Yo, don't go over there. She gonna try to do this. Yo, come with me over here. We're gonna give some money in the deposit. Yo, don't do that. So that's what I mean. You're gonna learn how to take the manipulative, bad type of bad type of perspective, take that out your system, and you're gonna program a new system of, if I'm gonna manipulate people, let me do it for good and help them manipulate them into doing something good instead of bad. So I try not to make it long, but it was even longer than the first one, but it is what it is. So peace and blessings, much respect, much love. I love y'all. Keep doing your things. Stay focused, stay goal-oriented. Like I always say, whether we run, whether we jog, whether we sprint or crawl, because life is that hard sometimes. You can't run, you can't jog, you can't sprint. Only thing we can do sometimes is crawl to that destination. But like I always say, somehow, some way, we gotta make it to our destination someday. So peace, blessings, much respect, much love. I love y'all. Keep doing your thing. And to the next topic. Peace.